Hello, my name is sahngwieyim and welcome to Arduino class number 7. Today we will be creating a 4 LED binary counter. Our goal is to show binary numbers using LEDs. Basically, what this does is display numbers from base 10 to binary notation using LEDs. We will be using the LEDs to indicate a 1, which is the LED on, or 0, which is when the LED is off, for the first 4 place values in the binary place value table. That means we can represent numbers from 0 to 15. If you want to represent more numbers, feel free to add more LEDs. The materials you will need are 1 Arduino Uno, 4 330 ohm resistors, 4 LEDs, and 5 jumper wires. This is a diagram of what the circuit should look like. Feel free to refer back to it at any time if needed. Now onto the build. First, I place down 4 LEDs. Then, I use 4 jumper wires to connect the 4 LEDs. Place the wires in pins 7 through 10. Place the 4 resistors and the last jumper wire. Connect the last jumper wire to ground. Make sure that the longer leg, the anode, of each LED is the one you connect to the Arduino pin, and that the resistors connect the shorter leg, the cathode, to the ground rail. And there you have it, your circuit is finished. Now let's move on to the code. First, let's create an integer array with the numbers 7 through 10. These are the pin numbers. Then we'll set all of these pins as output pins. Then we'll create a function called displayBinary. For this function, most of the heavy lifting is already done for us. Numbers in the programming language are actually stored in binary even when we set their values using base 10. So all we have to do is read the number and tell if there is a 1 or a 0. To do this, we'll use the bitRead function. The bitRead function tells us whether there is a 1 or a 0 at a given place value. If we find a 1, we'll turn the LED on. If we find a 0, we'll turn that LED for that position off. Now let's test our code. Let's start out by trying the number 2. 2 would be the second light on and the other lights off, since it's 1, 0. It works! Feel free to try other numbers if you want. Here's number 7, which is 3 lights on, 1 light off, 1, 1, 1. Now that the LEDs work, let's go back to our code. This time, we'll show all the numbers from 1 to 15 using LEDs. To do this, we'll use a for loop that loops through all the numbers from 1 to 15. We'll also create a variable called counter, which is the number that the LEDs need to show. So instead of displayBinary2, we'll do displayBinaryCounter instead. We'll also put a delay so that we can actually see the LEDs blinking. Now, let's test our finalized code. Since we only have 4 LEDs, keep in mind that the numbers will go from 1 to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And there you go, your LED binary counter is finished. If you have any questions, feel free to email us. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye!